this amendment is about infants, babies who are born addicted to hard drugs, oftentimes more than one hard drug. Mr. Speaker, I spoke just briefly at the beginning of this debate about our drug crisis and how we had just over 3,600 drug deaths on our streets, oftentimes a lot of it involving fentanyl or meth, which is growing according to the DEA, but maybe sometimes laced with fentanyl. That's actually a common occurrence in some of these infants that are born addicted. Now, Mr. Speaker, I've worked on this policy issue for children and as it relates to hard drug abuse. And I'm just disappointed because we have also not just a slow motion death and human misery on our streets with these drug deaths, but we also have something even more nefarious happen, and that is the deaths of little kids behind closed doors in our homes, the ones we don't see when we walk by on the street. Sometimes even in relation to being under supervision of Department of Children, Youth, and Families. Now, Mr. Speaker, what I'm disappointed about is this session, any bill that could have helped do that is pretty much dead, as I can see it. That's a disappointment. But we have a chance today to do something very small fiscally with this amendment and fund the PIC Center in Kent and fund Maddie's Place in Spokane to make sure that when babies are born addicted to drugs, that we have a place for them to go. And I don't know, Mr. Speaker, if you've ever held in your arms or seen the withdrawal of an infant, a baby who is suffering through the withdrawals of something like fentanyl. It is terrible. It's horrible. And these centers, especially Maddie's Place, they don't only help to rehabilitate the infant, they help to rehabilitate the mother too. And we do like when we can keep families together when it is appropriate. And so by helping to the 95% success rate of Maddie's Place to rehabilitate the mother and keep that family with the baby and understand that life is precious is an important part of this amendment. And as we see skyrocketing deaths and near fatalities of children in our state, oftentimes babies and toddlers from fentanyl ingestion and overdose, and sometimes tragically even worse, that this is just a small thing that we can do to make sure that we're protecting the most absolute, the smallest, the voiceless, the most vulnerable in our state. Please, Mr. Speaker, this is a small investment that could save a life and give that child and maybe even those parents a second chance at life. Please vote yes.